is bound in heaven. Friends,
Yes.
that formula is not by accident. God doesn't do things by accident. He could have said whatever is bound in heaven is then bound on earth. No, he chose it clearly to say what starts here on earth, you, because I've given you the authority. What starts here on earth, I will enforce from heaven.
Wow.
Paula, that is what spiritual authority is. And I feel like as believers, and especially coming out of Easter, because that's the purpose of Easter. That's why Christ went on the cross, to get the keys from the devil and then give them to us. And he says it, all authority in heaven and on earth has been given to me. Therefore, go to Chikubo, go to the bank, go to NSSF, go wherever you are going, and don't just exercise knowledge and skill, but exercise spiritual authority. That's what I think spiritual authority is.
Deep. All right, so 2 questions come to mind quite immediately. 1, what does that look like on a normal Monday morning? How do I live in spiritual authority at my workplace? But 2, which I guess you can get into later, is just what would stop me? What would block spiritual authority?
Yeah, it's a very good question. Now, spiritual authority, okay, what does that look like on Monday? Maybe before I jump into Monday, I want to just highlight some things here. First of all, where does this spiritual authority come from? Because before you start exercising, it needs to come from somewhere. Okay. First of all, spiritual authority comes from submission to Christ. Okay. You cannot have authority unless you are under authority. Just forget it. Okay, the more deeply you submit to God, His word, His spirit, His ways, church, local church, under a certain level of authority, the more you can be entrusted with authority. James 4:7 says, submit yourselves therefore to God, then resist. You then have the authority to begin resisting. So number 1, it starts by submission. You submit to authority, then you have authority. Secondly, it grows with intimacy with God over time. I mean, think about it. Even you, who do you trust? It's someone who you have spent time with. It's someone who you know and who knows you. Okay? So authority flows from relationship, not effort. You can go and, see, the politics in the workplace does not work with God. It doesn't. Here, it is about abiding. John 15:5 says, whoever abides in me and I in him, he it is that will bear much fruit. Number 3, it is tested through obedience. Okay, it's tested through obedience, and also obedience through small things. Okay, some of us, we are born